Hey guys, welcome to the Dead True Podcast. My name is Jimmy.
It's Casey.
LeBron.
Dawn.
Kind of favor him a little bit with all that red hair you got.
Hey, that's my middle name. That's my middle name, legit.
Today
legit.
is Kobe Bryant's birthday.
I saw that on your
Lakers.
Instagram, Casey.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was pretty bummed out because my dad was a big Lakers fan, so that was one of our pictures before we went to a game.
Oh, that was you and your dad?
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet though. Y'all got to enjoy that together.
We did,
Yeah,
man. We got to see a few games together, and we actually saw them win the championship in Orlando.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
2007 or so. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. And my dad's thing was the Braves. Of course, he's not around either, so that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, what do we think about that new episode?
Woo! We jumping into it.
Let's jump into it head first. I'm gonna slosh around for a minute.
We need to give a full disclosure that we're going to be talking about first episode. So if there's any spoilers,
Everybody,
It's already.
I think
Do not listen.
if they're tuning in, they should
All
know
right.
we talk about it on the next day, or not the next
right.
day, but I hope.
all right, all bets
So
are
yeah,
off.
we got 5, 4, 3, 2, action.
Here come the
Spoiler
spoilers.
alert. There you go.
Nah,
So,
All
all right. What I'm gonna say is, I was kind of
Who's gonna
taken back when they actually started getting all the rations and stuff, because all the walkers are like, in essence, asleep. I don't know what they were doing, but they were kind of laying there stagnant. How did you feel about a walkers just laying there?
I thought it was cool.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, because it happens. They come across walkers like in cars and stuff, and they're pretty much like just asleep until.
And did
So-
when Herschel got bit, the prison, that walker was dormant.
Yep, he actually was. Yep, they call them
Mhm.
lurkers. That's what Angela King called them at the end.
I thought it was a pretty good episode. I feel like it could have been a little stronger for a premiere, but I liked it. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I'm not. I feel like I always come in here like I hate it, but I didn't hate it. It didn't feel too premiere-y though to me.
No,
It didn't. And it is part 1 of part 2. So
I was about to say I've heard the second episode really kicks it up a notch. I heard it's good. That's what Monica said. She hadn't seen it, but she heard people talking.
Well, Don can go ahead and start racking on me, because I did watch that second episode and it's pretty awesome. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to say anything about it.
Said that
I didn't watch it yet.
and he already watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. I might as well watched it, because it's like, I was sitting there the day. I'm like, I went ahead and got the 7-day trial of AMC Plus, and I'm like, it's on there. Might as well.
You might as well.
And it turned out to be great. I mean, I'm not going to really talk about what is on there, because we're going to do that next week. But
right,
I liked it a hell of a lot better than like that first episode.
to me, if they were gonna do a 2-part, they probably should have just went ahead and premiered both of them together.
Yeah, that would.
I think it would, and some shows do that. Like Invincible did that. The Boys do that sometimes. So yeah, I mean, because like, are we really buying the cliffhanger? I mean, I hate to jump to the end of the first episode, but are we really buying that?
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
That's one of the first things I said. Is he ain't going to leave her hanging like that, literally? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I kind of wish you would. Maggie was getting on my nerves in that episode.
Oh my God, I'm glad you said that, because I was like, I wish this woman just die.
Yeah, she
Like,
did
I
get
really
on my
just
nerves.
died.
And
Yeah,
I'll pull up Charlotte's comment. She was just saying, she had a good comment down there talking about Maggie.
I know she is, and she just comes back like she's Rick Grimes #2 or something. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like
That's exactly what I
Michonne.
felt.
It's like the character went from Michonne to Maggie. It's like the characteristics went from each one.
Mhm.
I just want to know what Dawn's shaking her head for, because I'll be honest with you, I think we're dead on and you're wrong. Go ahead. Speak your mind.
What's going on,
You
Don?
don't think Maggie was a little too bossy, a little too
You gotta-
run shit?
You got to think the group voted her in as the leader. The
When
group,
did they vote her in?
I didn't see him vote her in.
I didn't see
When
them
they were
vote her
in
in.
the
I
old
saw.
church?
I thought
Do what,
people
Casey?
were just volunteering to go.
but they voted her in the leader. She said that in the show to Negan.
But I
When
never
I
seen
heard
him vote her
yeah,
in.
when I heard that, I thought to myself, did they vote her in? Because the only thing I saw them doing was like volunteering to go help. Like Daryl volunteered, and then
Been in a dark place. And I think when Negan brought up Glenn, that was a no-no. Because I was like, I cannot believe he just said that.
Oh, I know. That was pretty jacked
Yeah,
up.
that was kind of iffy, but at the same time, I'll be honest with you, the way she was acting.
she was picking at him. I
But you got-
mean,
Think of the tension. She left and comes back and he's free.
Well,
gotta-
there again, I feel like if you left, that's on your own cord. Okay, when she
Mhm.
come back, the world had changed just like it does every 2 days in The Walking Dead. So
Okay.
that was her own fault for being gone.
No, but who asked her to come back? Carol told her to come back because Tara and Enid had been killed and Jesus at Hilltop. That's why they told her to come back.
Yeah,
They
but at
did,
the same
because
time, she
her
brought the
show got
Reapers with her.
Mhm.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was
Show
just
got
saying.
canceled.
What was it? Whiskey? What was the name of that?
Whiskey, I got
Whiskey
canceled.
Tango or something.
Whiskey Tango.
Ooh,
Whiskey Tango.
something like that.
Yeah, she come back getting bossy even though her show got canceled.
Hey, I have to be the take up for Maggie.
Well, go ahead and take up.
Oh yeah,
for it. You got every right to do that.
we need that. We need that.
Yeah, go ahead and take up for it. The thing about it is, when she come back and she started getting bossy at everybody, I wouldn't have listened to anything she got to say at that point. If you gonna talk to me, we can talk. But if you start getting bossy, Daryl was wrong in that agenda. I'm sorry, he was,
Mm-hmm.
But Daryl's going to back Maggie up.
because he's a follower. That's what Daryl did. He's always been a follower ever since Rick led him into everything.
Mm-hmm.
Christy said that she's gonna take up for her too. Good job, Christy.
See,
Hey, at
What
least,
did-
at least
what-
somebody got your back.
One of my favorite lines was when that dude, what's his name, said he was gonna slit Negan's throat, and he's like, "You can get up on your tippy toes and try."
That shit was funny. I'm
I
sorry,
did
that
like
shit was
that.
funny.
I did like
Yeah.
that. Oh,
My
it was
favorite-
Whiskey Cavalier. Her show.
Yep, there you go.
my favorite line is when he said that he was the DC tour guide.
Yeah,
yeah.
that hit close to home. Hey, by the way, I had a private tour with some of our watchers. I don't think they're on here right now,
Oh,
That's
really?
cool.
Oh wow.
but
That's
they,
cool.
yeah, they had been watching the show. They didn't even
That's
realize
really
I
cool.
was on it though. They're like,
How
"Oh
did
yeah,
you
you're
not
on it."
notice that beard, man?
I know.
I mean,
Oh no, we
Yeah,
ain't
we-
gonna talk about.
We're not talking about
two.
episode 2. Yeah, we won't talk
We're not
about
talking
episode
about
2.
that.
I haven't seen it. I hosted the viewing party, but we left right after they aired the first one again because we had the long journey back to get home.
yeah. Did you get the 7-day trial of AMC Plus yet, Stephen?
No, because I'll be going down there and watching them every week, I guess.
Well, my thing is, go ahead and get it. That way you can watch the first two or whatever you got to watch.
Oh yeah,
Weird.
I could go back and
Mhm.
watch it.
Does
Yep.
anybody know if all episodes on MC Plus are going to be a week early?
They are.
Mm-hmm.
They are. Okay. I'm curious.
As far as I know, because
I
it
think
wasn't
that's
like that
cool.
last year, though, was it?
No, it
Mhm,
was
It's like three or
no,
4
it's
days.
just the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then the rest of them were like 3 or 4 days or something like that.
Yeah,
Friday.
I think Thursday. Yeah.
Thir-
Okay. Jimmy brought up a good point. Do you think they should do that for the last episode?
no.
I think
Yeah,
we all
I
need to
agree.
watch it together as a whole fandom.
And see, I'm worried about that at Nick and Norman's. That's going to get confusing because people didn't even realize they were buying like a viewing party for the first and second episode for this week. They thought they were buying the first episode. So like the finale, you know what I mean? Like it's going to throw everything off. I don't know. They'll have to just do 2 and air it twice and maybe over, because I mean, they always sell out.
Right. Hey,
Yeah.
I see Linda's, they got it up there. Does it air later for Canada?
Everybody's being so quiet.
Does anybody know?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't live
I
in
don't think
I don't
so.
know.
For some reason, I'm wanting to say it airs earlier.
Or Linda, what are you talking about? Are you talking about AMC Plus? Was it only in the US? Okay. She says she gets it a week early too. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I guess since it's the AMC Plus, I guess we all get it at the same time if you got Plus.
Right.
So we all can't be cool as Dawn, but we all try.
So AMC Plus. So yeah, I guess it's not just in the US anymore. All right, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So what did y'all like most about this episode?
Negan.
Negan, yeah.
Go ahead and say it, Dawn. You like Maggie. Go ahead and say it. I can feel it. Go ahead and say it.
Oh, I did notice something. I
What's
think
that?
I don't know if it was on purpose, but when they were dressed this is toward the end, I'm jumping ahead, but when they were dressed like the Commonwealth soldiers and leading the princes, and who else was it out? Who else wasn't in I don't remember who it was. But anyway, as they were leading them out, when they were walking down that hall and they were looking in the doors, did that remind anybody else of The Shining?
I've never seen The Shining, so I don't know.
Like
I've never-
it was like a weird shot of Mercer like staring down at a guy, and like just weird stuff as they were looking in the doors of the different rooms as they were leading them down the hall. It reminded me of The Shining, but I don't know.
Gotcha.
The only thing that reminded me of anything was that when he picked up the stuffed animal, it kind of reminded me of Teddy Bear Girl.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
that did. Yeah, that
Mhm.
definitely reminded me of
Yeah,
that.
I kind of agree with some people too. I didn't really like this episode, but I kind of enjoyed bits of it, but not the whole episode.
Like I said, it just didn't seem premiere. It didn't seem like a premiere episode.
Mhm.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Mercer was my favorite, I think.
Right. Right.
I did like how he called him a cop and he turned out to be a military man. You know what I'm saying? I did like that.
And I love
Um,
the Reaper's
Jimmy-
introduction.
Jimmy-
Yeah, I
don't know
love.
what you're talking about, Casey. I don't know what you're talking about. Shut up, Casey.
He didn't say that, guys.
Mercer's gonna be cool. I'm telling you, he's gonna be a cool character.
He was pretty cool.
He's gonna make a total. I think I hope he'll make a total turnaround and be not what you're thinking.
Right.
What is your least favorite thing about this episode?
The pacing. I don't know. It was like I don't know. It
The
felt like they were
cliffhanger to
doing
me.
the same thing. Yeah, and the cliffhanger.
It was kind of
That was
cheesy.
kind of cheap.
I don't like that. You know, they already did that with Glenn. I don't like that.
In
I
a
don't buy
premiere, you want to get the payoff. You know what I mean?
it. Right. Yep.
So yeah, I can see that.
We actually talked about this earlier. Me and Don did. Now, this kid that got caught in the other train car.
No, that's
just-
the second episode, dear.
That's
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, come on,
That
man.
That doesn't
Okay,
happen either
okay.
yet.
Okay, so yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get my timeline right. Don't judge me.
So before
Spoiler alert.
this episode, right?
Well,
I know, right?
We didn't go
Spoiler
into
alert.
that. I just think
There you
I almost did, but thank God.
Did anybody catch the name of the title? Did anybody look it up before watching it?
Yeah. What are you talking about? How to say it?
Yeah, just how to say it and what it meant.
I don't know either. I'm assuming that when they were down in that tunnel, there were several different like corridors, and they were named stuff that looked like that. They'd never showed that exact word, but it was kind of like I don't know if that's like Greek. I don't know, whatever it is.
It is
You
Greek.
know what
It
I
is
mean?
Greek. So I looked it up, and I guess it's pronounced Akron. I don't know how you really pronounce it,
Mhm.
but it is in Greek mythology. It's known as the River of Woe, which
I
is
thought
one
it
of the
was
five
something
rivers
Greek.
of Hades. Yeah. So, because that was
That's
the first
cool.
thing I looked it up, because I was like, is that some city that I forgot about? You know, but no,
But
I
if
thought
you
it
go
was.
back and look, there's signs down in that tunnel that have words that look like they're Greek words too. I don't think it says,
Gotcha.
the title of the episode, but it's other words. I don't know if it has any meaning, but that's pretty good. That's a pretty
Okay.
good little find there, Casey.
Yeah. That was the first thing I did was look it up.
Because I didn't know how to say it either.
Was
Right.
Negan right about not wanting to go in those tunnels? By the way,
I don't know.
I mean, it had flooded and it was raining.
I mean,
don't
kind of
know.
what choice did they have? I
Right.
guess, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it depends on the payoff. I think it's hard to tell at this point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Seems like you'd be safer in the rain as far as walkers, though. It seems like that would keep the smell of you down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't
what
hear you as well because they would hear all the rain around them.
Right.
Did anybody notice that Daryl had a hat on in the rain?
I did.
Oh, did he?
He had
No,
on
I
like
didn't.
he had on like an Indiana Jones looking hat.
Oh, really?
I thought it looked pretty cool. I was hoping he'd keep it on for a little bit.
Okay, that's cool. I missed that.
I watched
Now-
it 3 times, so I
did too.
I've only watched it once. I don't know.
What about
I
those
didn't really-
bodies they found in the bags?
Yeah, that's weird.
that's
was that?
weird.
And they had a fat walker too.
Oh, I was about to say
saw
Return of the
that.
Whale Walker.
Yeah, they had a fat
Saw
walker. I was
that,
like, what the
man.
hell?
I was excited. My opportunity to be on the show.
He stood up. He stood up good too.
He
know,
did,
right?
man. He gave a big hell, didn't he?
He didn't wobble
Yeah.
or nothing. He stood
Right.
straight up.
That was pretty cool, man.
It was. I immediately my mind went to Whale Walker on that one.
Oh yeah. Anytime I see a big walker.
Now the bumps he had on his chest and stuff. What was that from?
I just assumed it was water bloating and stuff like that, just from being bloated from the water and stuff like that. I don't know though.
Yeah, it was a little different. I was like, what in the world? They look like those little sea urchin things that the boats get on them. Look like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like barnacles.
And I was
and
like, it's
stuff?
kind of, yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been just like I said, being submerged in water at one point. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now this is like a bowl. He had him when he was alive. It's like makes no sense.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So, what did you guys think about the Reapers at the end?
Wait a minute, what?
That was a different episode. It wasn't me this time. Wasn't me. Wasn't me this time.
Oh my god!
Just for the record, it was
see,
not me this time.
What creepers? What are you talking about?
Creepers. You mean like Jimmy? You're messing
She
me
said
up.
creepers. She said creepers.
Creepers.
She said creepers. Okay, I'll
Can I
give her
come
a
back?
slide on that. Yeah, come
You
on back.
Can I
Steve.
come back
It's
yet?
safe. It's safe, Steven. It's
Can I
safe.
come back?
It's safe.
So evidently, what we need to do is not watch the next episode
Yeah.
until we actually do the show, and then we'll go watch the next episode.
I was like, what the frick? Is there like an extra scene I didn't see at the end of the
No,
credits?
no,
They
no.
going Marvel
I
on me?
made
I
sure
remember-
I wrote down my notes because I was scared I was gonna do it. So I wrote down what I'm allowed to talk about.
Yeah, there you go.
in the bag.
I ain't even gonna need to watch the second episode after this. Oh well, at least y'all ain't said nothing too bad.
No, we just said stuff nobody gonna catch on to. Hopefully,
Be like, what about Rick Grimes in episode 2? Did y'all see that shit?
right. Spoiler alert.
Oh, does that really happen?
No.
no. No.
Kevin's on point. That was awesome. Hey,
We're
I
making
did like that opening scene on Daryl. Now that was pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
You know,
It has become the Daryl show. That's for sure.
yeah. Well, it definitely set the tone. You know, he's definitely one of the originals. I thought it was pretty cool to show him and kind of focus on that vest. You know,
That was
Now,
one of
what-
my questions in trivia too at Nick and Norman's was which side did he lose the angel wing? And then right after that,
Ooh.
It was on
after
the
that,
right
you got
side,
the
right?
shot. Yeah,
It was
Right
the right
side?
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was
yeah.
the
You're
blue
looking at
side.
it.
Yeah.
It's blue, right?
My-
Little blue wing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thought it was pretty cool.
I'm trying to think of a question, but the only thing I can think of is when Negan looks down on her.
Now we're talking about
and-
one, right?
Yes, we are. Right at the end, right at the very end. What did you really think was about Maggie looking back at him? What was on Maggie's mind at that time?
Oh
She
shit!
probably was, yeah, she was probably thinking I knew it. She was probably
Yeah.
thinking I knew it. I knew you'd turn on me sooner or later.
But I mean, Maggie had gave him hell and said she was basically going to kill him.
Right.
So I mean, do you fault Negan for that?
Yes.
Yeah, he should. I mean, he
Did you-
should have. I mean, I don't know what happened. Y'all do, I guess. But
I do. Yeah, I do. But it's fine.
He should have. I mean, he should go back and get her, or be doing something else, like going around and coming down on the other side or something.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the group already doesn't like him, so if he really does kill her, the group's gonna be really ticked off. So I don't think that's a wise move for him to let her go.
Yeah, and he seems to be wanting to stick around, and
Right.
you know what I mean.
Yeah. I don't think that'd be good. She's kind of, even though they have this animosity against each other, she's kind of, keeping them alive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if it's a wise thing for him to do that.
I mean, I don't blame Maggie for being mad at him. I don't. But when she comes back in there and tries to act like Billy Badass, it just I don't know. She's just barking orders at everybody, and that would kind of irk the shit out of me.
But
Right.
Negan should be out of jail. Only reason Negan's out is because Carol let him out.
Well, he had some help on that too. I mean, Judith was over there basically being a sidekick for a long time. And,
Right.
I mean, the
But
thing about it is, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was
No,
like,
I was just gonna say, I think he feels he earned it, because he killed Alpha.
Yeah, I agree. I agree there totally.
He feels like he's contributing now. I mean, does it forgive everything he's done? That's questionable, but
I'll be honest with you though. Looking at it from another point of view, though, look at all the bad shits people has done through the zombie apocalypse. What he did was bad, yes, but it could have been much worse. He could have killed all of them.
mm-hmm.
If you really look at it from that point of view, because they come in there and kill all his people.
That's what I was about to say. Let's not forget.
Yeah,
They both had blood on their hands.
yeah. He wasn't the only one that done anything, and they
One of
killed
those
four
people.
people.
One of those people in those outposts could have easily been his wife or his
Mhm.
brother, or
Right.
his
not that it was, but
wives.
Hey, and they had their hands full with Alpha and company. I mean, look how many heads are on a Spike. That was just, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? That was just one raid. Can you imagine if Alpha kept doing that? They were doing 10 heads at a time. There
and
wouldn't
nobody
be
else-
any people-
nobody
not
else
only
could have
that-
worked their way in there like that either.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Not only that, they infiltrated the group big time. They even had a doctor, more or less, and it was just
Right.
crazy. Yeah, and I think that a lot of us forget about the stuff that's happened. My whole thing is if they infiltrated a group that bad and killed that many people in just at one time,
Mhm.
it's just, to me, it's crazy. I think Negan could have killed a whole bunch of people for what
Right.
they did.
Right.
And
Yeah, I
Rick
definitely
was,
think Negan did good.
I mean,
But I can see where Maggie can't get over that because it's very personal for her. Because
Right.
yeah,
losing
I
Glenn.
get it. I get it. But the thing is, like, I do blame Rick for a lot of that stuff because, I mean, he was over there punching dude in the face and everything when he was, like, decapitated. So, I mean,
Mhm.
I don't think Rick's necessarily hands are clean of that shit either.
Gotcha.
I know,
Yeah,
Don. I
but-
can feel the hate coming off of you right now. Go ahead.
If Maggie was going to do something, if she was going to do something, like if it would have been my wife, I would have done something way before now. You know what I mean?
I
Should have
think-
done something already.
I
Mhm.
think if Negan redeems himself, and I think that's probably what's going to happen with Maggie, he's going to save her in some way, but whatever. I think if he truly had a heartfelt apology to her, I think it would smooth a lot of things over.
Right. Right.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I agree with Don. I think at some point, yeah, they'll kind of make up. I'm worried though, and does anybody else feel that you don't think they're gonna end up together, do you?
Oh my god,
I was
don't
getting some
think
weird
so, but
vibes.
that would be cool.
A lot of sexual tension in the room. Is what you're saying?
I was getting some vibes, and I'm
That
just
would
like,
definitely that'd be
please
a
don't do
twist.
that. That'd be a twist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't feel that way at all. I kind of felt like they're trying to mesh together as friends. Yes, I think they're eventually going to be friends, but I
See,
didn't get
Linda
the
knows
sexual
what's
tension.
up. See,
Well,
see,
there
Linda?
you go. There you go.
See? Me and you, Linda. Telling you.
I kind of feel like it's almost like they'll make up and Maggie will come to peace with it, and Herschel will find out that's the man that killed his father, and he'll end up killing Negan and have her onto her son.
I like that.
That'd be kind of a twist.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Okay.
I don't know. I actually kind of. Now,
Negan ain't
Stephen,
never
was
gonna die.
the Commonwealth, is that Griffin where Shane and
That's
Rick
what it
fought in
looks.
season 2?
That's what it looks like.
Which one?
I think that is Griffin where Shane and Rick fought in season 2. That's where the Commonwealth is, right?
I thought it was the studio.
No, that's not studio. That's over there in Griffin. Definitely Griffin.
Just
Because
that
there's a certain
exterior
person
shot.
that actually the exterior shot.
Seth Gilliam posted something about Griffin, so it might be about that
Okay.
I think
episode
that
with
is
Griffin.
It looks like that,
Yeah.
Jimmy. I'm glad you brought that up because I was wondering
Mhm.
too. You talking
Yeah,
about
I thought
when
it-
dropped off Randall?
I thought it was that weird spot in the studio that's brick in the middle. I thought that I could have swore that's what it was,
Well,
but I don't know.
I went down there. I want to say, who did I go down there? I think it might have been Dustin.
Who just meowed? Somebody just meowed.
I don't have a cat.
My cat.
I thought it was Casey.
it
was
wasn't
my-
me.
You mounting like
I
that,
have-
Casey?
I have dogs.
Introduce us to your cat there, Dawn.
He's way
where's-
over there.
Kitty.
Yeah.
I can hear him. He yelling at you.
We-
You want to go on the camera?
Yeah, we need to find out if that's Griffin. I'm sure we can.
Yeah, we need to do that.
We'll just ride over and knock. I will.
I mean, Are you in Tennessee right now, right?
I mean, I ain't going right now. No.
I'm the closest
Yeah.
one. I can go if
Yeah.
you want me to. I can do it on the show, but it's going to be a
Don't-
minute.
Yeah, don't do it right now.
Yeah, it's
We'll
going to be a
watch
minute before I get there.
That
See,
ain't the
Barbara
best
thinks it's Griffin,
neighborhood
too.
either.
I think it's Griffin. No, it's
Mhm,
not.
I
I
think
remember
it
when
is.
I was there. I was a little nervous when I was there.
Yeah, it ain't the best neighborhood. It ain't that bad, but it ain't the best.
Right.
I've been there several times at night
too.
because Dustin likes to drive through and do weird things at night. But anyway, we went by there one time and they were filming. I can't remember what we were doing, but yeah, they were filming down there this year. So I'm thinking that's what it is.
Probably.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that exterior shot, that's what it looked like.
I might have to go back and watch now because I don't know. I had it set in my mind anyway that it was probably all studio because of COVID being really, big.
Right.
I mean, it still is a big deal, but being really big deal when they started filming. But I mean, now that you say it, I need to go back and watch it because I just had it stuck in
Yeah.
my head anyway.
It was just one of the exterior shots.
Don's
I know.
cat's making a cameo right now.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. I just didn't pay real good attention.
Gotcha. Hey, did we already talk about the lurkers?
Barbara said that is Griffin, so
Okay, there you
I'm
go.
pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what Barbara says, and that right.
Yeah, I could have swore it was Griffin. But what were you saying about the lurkers?
Oh, did we talk about that? I know we were talking pre-show. Did we bring up the lurkers yet?
I think one of the first questions we asked was the lurkers, but we can elaborate a little more.
Yeah, because I'm
okay.
confused. Is it a new kind of walker, or is that just like slang?
I
No,
think my
because,
exact words was, "What the hell is these walkers laying on the ground taking a nap for?" That's exactly my words. I'm like, "What the
yeah,
hell's going on?"
but like Casey said before, we've seen them in cars and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Like,
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And like Don said, that's the walker, a type of walker that got Herschel. It looked like it was just dead or sleeping. But
Yeah,
it
Yeah.
got him off guard. No,
Well,
I just
we
wanted to
never
give a
seen
huge
a whole
shout out
pack
to
of them, though, have we? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know if we've seen a whole
There's
pack.
a
Of
whole
them.
damn pack of them. And what got me is they woke up from a spot of blood.
I think
Yeah,
that's all
just-
it takes, man.
Yeah, Daryl like dripped blood on him, and that was all it. He's like, "Oh my god, crack a rock!" And he got up and started
That
running
was-
around.
I thought it was a pretty cool shot.
I didn't.
like
Yeah,
it.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool, and I think it just
Like
goes
some
to show
Mission
that that's
Impossible.
all it takes. Right,
Yeah.
right. Yep. But what about the ladies really showing out on that scene? I thought that was pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did good.
You
Yeah,
know, they gave the women a little front and center action there. I thought that was a good shout out to them.
we got Don's cat making a cameo.
And I guess we know who's getting Michonne's storyline, which I'm not too happy with that either. But I feel like it could have been somebody else that's more substantial to the group. I'm just bitching though. I don't know. You know, Yumiko's getting the Michonne storyline from the comics, where she sees, you know, the family members on the wall there.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. In the
Okay.
comics, Michonne sees her kids there at that point.
Ah,
And Michonne was a lawyer. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She
Did
did. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, did you notice that Heath's name? I've seen a lot of things going around that they've seen Heath's name on the wall too.
I was looking for little Easter eggs. I didn't see anything, but I didn't pause it or anything either.
oh, we
Yeah.
talking about the lost wall at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm slow.
You know, they gotta fulfill his thing anyway. I don't know why they ain't fulfilled it to this point. I'm hoping he'll be there, but if he's on
I'm
the lost
hoping-
wall, yeah,
I'm hoping they're holding out for something good with him. They better
Yeah.
be.
they can't just leave it empty. They can't.
Like,
and I'm still. Go ahead.
no,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm still kind of dumbfounded about the message that he left. Remember the message that he found next to him when he left on the side of the road when Heath got gone? That was really weird. I don't understand that.
I don't remember a message.
Oh, I don't
There was
remember the message.
there was a note there, and it had some writing on it. Any fans in the comments remember
yeah.
that?
I think I
Maria
do remember
says-
that, and it never went anywhere, did it?
No, it never did. That's why I always
JJJ?
wondered. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do remember that now because it
No, I
never
was-
went anywhere.
No, it was the dumbest thing ever because I never understood it.
That's right.
Hmm.
I do remember that now. I forgot all about that, but you're damn right. It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
It just
and Maria was
disappeared,
on
man.
point.
Yep. And I was sitting there thinking the whole time, like for 2 seasons, what the hell does that mean? And they just never elaborated. I guess that's why I remembered it because it always bothered me.
Yeah, that's weird. That is weird.
Yeah,
Well,
Tara did find it. Yeah.
I was wondering why they didn't go to Oceanside for food for fish.
Right?
It would make too much sense, Don. Honestly, between me and you.
Too easy?
You can't. Yeah, it's too easy. You got to go through some buildings and fight off walkers.
Right,
You can't just
right.
go and let me go fishing. Have like build.
You gotta,
like,
you gotta lower yourself down 30 feet to a room of sleeping walkers.
I can see Eugene right now on a bass boat with a Tennessee hat. I'm Bill Dance. Makes no sense.
Oh yeah, and now we know why the Welcome to Alexandria sign's been gone.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it was laying there. It's the first thing I saw.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gone in the show too.
Yep.
They ought to put that inside the museum. Truthfully.
Mhm.
Hell with that. They need to cut it up and give it to fans. That's what I say.
Yeah, that's true.
With everything, I say that about everything. When they bust the windmill down, they need to give wood to the fans. They need to give
Yeah.
pieces of the wall to the fans.
I'm pretty sure all you got to do is ask Dustin. He probably got pieces of all that stuff by now. And you see Dustin out there with a blowtorch talking about, I got a piece of the wall.
Yeah, when I
Right.
say fans, I mean us. I mean me. Yeah, for sure.
you took some bricks from
The
what's
wall.
it? The wall.
The way with you all.
The
I
way
didn't
with
never
you,
do
yeah.
No, I wanted to
No,
buy them when they were selling them. They were selling them
Sure.
at that pharmacy.
Oh, were they really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
they
they
did.
redid it.
Didn't Jim sign them things too?
I didn't want one signed. I didn't know they had them in like some cool little cases though.
They were signing everything.
And they weren't expensive.
No, I don't know if he got out of the hospital yet, but Jim Sells had COVID really bad, and he was in the hospital.
He is home. I saw that, man.
He's
That's
home?
crazy.
Okay.
I didn't know he was
Yeah,
down.
he was.
Yeah.
He was doing really bad, man. I don't know because I don't keep up with him that much anymore. Do you know anything else about it, Mr. Casey?
No, I just know he's home. It sounded pretty serious, and yeah, it sounded like he was just upset with everybody. It sounded like he was anti-vaccine, but he's definitely changed his mind. You know, so
yeah, I get it.
I'm glad he's good because, man, it's crazy.
Man, a junk ain't no joke. I
No,
think
it's
I
not.
had it, but anyway, we could get off on this all night.
Well, I just had a distant aunt and just passed away today from it. So
yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
just found that out. But it is what it is. It's always going to be here, regardless if we talk about it or not. So I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. So
Yeah, be careful out there.
But with this episode, I liked all the interaction with the Commonwealth. I liked all the humor there, like the humor with Eugene and Ezekiel and the princes
And the two interrogators, I like them.
Mm-hmm.
I like the banter they're going back and forth.
Oh yeah, they had a little Dead Proof podcast action going on there. They had the 4 screens. They had the 4 screens
Nice.
going. Did you see that?
I don't remember that.
They did. They had
No.
4 screens going at once at one time during that whole interrogation.
Nice.
okay, cool.
And I think if you watch the clock, they were like interrogated like 7 hours or something.
Oh,
They were
wow,
That's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
I think I would remember my zip code though. Maybe not by year like Eugene did, but I would remember. I mean, I've basically lived in the same zip code, I think. Anyway, but I think I would remember that. They're like, I would remember that.
Yeah, man, they were asking some crazy questions.
Now,
Bowel movement.
Y'all
yeah.
think they
Yeah.
really care about the answers, or you think there's just a way to test to see if they're just like lying? You know,
Well,
Well,
go ahead.
I just think that I mean, thinking about the people from Terminus, I think they had to vet everybody
Yeah,
to find out if they're crazy or not. I think that's
sure.
more or less where it's going.
think
I think-
if this community or whatever you want to call it has been going on as long as they have in the comics, which it looks like they're sticking pretty close to it, then you think of all the crazy people they've encountered and probably let in before, and stuff's happened, in this big safe zone. So I mean,
Right.
they gotta filter them out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I like what Charlotte's saying there. If they could get, it's like they're drilling these questions
Right.
to test their temper. I like that theory, Charlotte. It makes sense.
See what they do
Mhm.
when they're angry.
Mhm.
Right. Because I mean, they don't know if they're lying, right? I mean, they don't know the answers, but they're probably just testing their demeanor.
It's
how
the repetitiveness, the annoyingness of it.
Right. Like if they're like, like have to think about the answers. It's odds are they're lying, right? They're trying to make something up.
Well, and a lot of times when you're interrogating somebody, if you ask them the same question in different ways, sometimes they'll tell them
It can
themselves.
change, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell 'em
I mean,
so,
that's basically what they're doing. So
yeah.
it's understandable.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So we watched another episode in season 3, didn't we, Don?
Mm-hmm.
We had Rick over there seeing his dead wife and everything. So let's elaborate into that because we've been on this about 40 minutes now.
We're going to episode 10.
Mhm. Home, yes, ma'am.
All right.
This was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After
One of my
watching
all-time favorites.
I was about to say watching the premiere and then watching this one, I was like, man, this is a good one. You know what I mean? This is totally different.
It's the golden age, man. Season
That's
3.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
So go ahead, guys.
I don't know. Of course, you've got that whole thing at the end, which I don't want to skip straight to the end, but Daryl and Merle coming back, that was the shit. That's always gets me.
Oh yeah.
And then, you forget about Lou or Axel, and I was sitting there and he was talking. I was like, I think this is when he gets shot. And it was like, bam, right after I said that.
Yep. I remember the first time I watched that, I jumped because I wasn't
Oh, yeah.
expecting that.
That
You
was
know?
really good. See, that's the kind of stuff I thought we don't get that stuff as
Right?
much anymore. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that came out of the blue.
Yeah,
Wasn't it like right
I
after
miss
he was
all
kind of
those.
hitting on Carol?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
he was a player, man. Like Axel was a player, no joke. He really was. He was the man.
He was in the middle of talking about like his brother or
Yeah.
something.
And it's like,
Mhm.
boom.
Yeah, and it just pop.
Yep.
That was
crazy.
jarring. That's a jarring scene, man.
Yeah.
Especially like I started, you know, I liked Axel. I thought he was a really cool character. He's like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I wish he would have stuck around for a little longer.
Me
though. That's my only
too.
complaint. Yeah, I wish he
Yeah.
would, because I think him and Carol would actually got together.
I don't
can
know.
see
I
that.
don't care about that. I just like
Yeah.
I like the character. I like Lou. Lou played the character perfect because it's the opposite of the comics. In the comics, Axel's a big guy with a big beard, looks like William Bell.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
William Bell. It's cool, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought Lou Temple was awesome. Like bringing that character to the screen so differently than what he is in the
Right.
comics.
Right.
It was sad. And then Merle just being a big old bastard in most of this episode.
Yeah, did him
He
and
was- he-
Daryl
wait.
fight? Didn't they get in a fight?
Yeah.
You remember they were arguing? Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Merle like rips his shirt off. See his back.
I mean, after all, he was kind of a bit of a meth head, so he's probably been off his shit for a while.
And he
But,
did have the knife for a hand, so I guess that might have done it. I didn't pay too close.
He had
Yeah.
reasons to complain. I'm just saying he had to cut his own hand off. I mean, it was bad. But
Yeah, but it's like Daryl said in this episode, he cut his hand off before they ever handcuffed him to it because he was just being a little bastard.
Ah,
That's
right.
what Daryl said in this episode. He said, you
That's
cut your
right.
hand off before they even handcuffed you.
Yeah.
Fair
True.
point.
Yep.
true.
Fair point.
I mean, he didn't really give them a lot of time to come back and get him either. I mean, how long was he on
Exactly.
that roof? Maybe a day?
Maybe. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, this episode had me questioning something. So Herschel said they survived all winter on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was that long at all, was it? I mean, when they left Herschel's farm to finding the prison, didn't they like
Well,
leave
Lori,
Herschel? Do what?
Lori was pregnant. She wasn't showing, and then all of a sudden she was like in the 8th, 9th month.
It had
So I
to
guess it
be,
did do a
Yeah,
time
it'd be
jump, but they
7
were
months.
at like Elder's Mill the whole time though, because wasn't they at Elder's Mill when they walked back in the woods and saw?
I always got confused on that too because the way that season finale ended, right? It panned up and the prison was
Mhm.
right
there
there.
at Elder's Mill,
I can't imagine it took them 3 months to get there.
But
or that
remember,
they would stay in that spot.
they go to that house and see that owl and everything, and they get food.
Yeah,
and
that's right. That's right.
My,
Never
my
mind.
thing is, though, did they know that prison was there, and how long did it take them to find it?
True. And maybe it wasn't. Yeah, maybe maybe it was just showing that how close it really was. And then we're just we think at the end of that finale that they're gonna find it soon, but come to find out in reality it's months later. So
Yeah. So you never know. They
Good
might have been
point,
sleeping out
Steven.
of cars or anything. Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good point. Charlotte said we never see the winters. We hardly ever do, except for that once that we saw that snow.
You know, I never
Right.
understood
I just
that
think that
either.
was a Georgia limitation because I don't think Snowpocalypse hit yet.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
It's
If you know what I
Snowpocalypse.
mean?
Yeah, Snowpocalypse, though, that was hail, Casey. I
Oh,
know
I
you weren't
know.
living up here. That was absolute hail, man.
oh, that
Oh, wow.
was.
That was,
I
that was a
understand, yeah.
freaking nightmare. But yeah, the thing about it was that happened, I think, 2013, 14, somewhere in there.
Shit, I'm talking about 93.
Oh, 93. Oh, that crap was crazy in 93, man. But yeah,
93,
even,
that was
it.
like the apocalypse right there.
yeah, it was bad in 93. But, down here, if y'all don't know, if y'all never been to Georgia, we don't have infrastructure for snow. So it's like going up to Michigan and staying in the humid weather and it'd be 100 degrees. It'd be down here. Y'all be complaining up there. Just like, I don't like snow here. I'd rather be hot any day than
I love
freezing
it.
my balls off. But no, I can't. I couldn't live in Tennessee in the snow. I hate snow. I lived in North Carolina with my dad. We were snowed in for a week, and that's where I had enough. I'm like, I'm good. I'm a pansy. I'm gonna go back to Georgia. I can't deal with this. So yeah, I got out of there real quick. But no, we don't do real good in weather because we don't really have the infrastructure for it. We do have a little ice they put on the main roads, but as for the actual like in front of your house, there's no ice. You're just gonna go up and slide off the hill. And people up north are like, look how stupid they are. But no, there's no ice. I mean, there's no salt or anything. So
yeah, so I used to work for the county, and right the night before it snowed, we would be freaking out. And I mean, we would work all night, but we would not be prepared. I'll say that. We weren't prepared at all.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not worth having all that for, when it snows here every 10 years.
Exactly. Yeah.
20 years. Yeah. So can't help it.
Which I think we might see it up here a little bit more than you guys, maybe a little.
Yeah, we've seen it maybe 3 times in the last since the snowpocalypse happened.
Oh, we see it more than that.
And the reason why snowpocalypse happened anyway in the first place because they said it wasn't going to snow that day, and then all of a sudden it was snowing, and everybody got on the interstate at the same time and freaked the hell out, and everybody got stuck. Yeah, that's more or less what happened. You open up Atlanta.
School's out early, right? So
yeah, the kids were stuck on the interstate, man, in buses.
Yeah, it was.
So like open up, and everybody goes home in Atlanta at the same time. Even on a normal day, that shit will collapse too. Right. So I mean, it's already dense enough without having that. So I mean, it got really bad.
You got the weather and everything on this podcast, man. We need to get on cable TV. We need to get a cable TV station. I need to look into it. We can go take callers, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think the show's even acknowledged it that Georgia's just not a place to film snow scenes.
Yeah, but in Atlanta, you see them doing the fake snow so much, man, like so much.
Yeah, I remember Jumanji, man. They had snow all over Noonan. They had this little fake snow. It's like powder, but it's
like powdered potatoes mixed with something is what they use.
Oh wow,
it's crazy, man. It looks just like snow.
Something.
Yeah,
they had those couple of snow episodes a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and I'm
fine with that though, because I mean, even I don't know.
In the
comics, right?
It snows.
You see snow all the time, but I mean, it's just easier to do it on paper than it is to.
I never really thought about that, and that's supposed to be Georgia too. And it snows almost too much in the comics. Then.
Well, ain't Kirkman from Kentucky, right?
Georgia.
Yeah.
So he don't know how Georgia's weather is. He's like, it's like Kentucky. Let's just throw snow everywhere. Yeah, I guess it's like that. I don't know.
Well, in the comics, Rick's from Kentucky. Rick comes from Kentucky down to Georgia.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he have a brother too in the comics?
Yeah. There's a whole little side story.
Spin-off comic. Yeah, I don't think it was in the
Alien
main series. It was Alien. It was a one shot.
He references him like maybe once, I think.
Oh, does he?
He says something about a brother, but it's very small. I mean,
well, why didn't Rick try to find his brother in The Walking Dead then?
Well, if it's anything like the spinoff, he would have been overseas.
Oh, okay. I got
the spinoff, he's in. Casey, have you've read it, right? He's like in Europe.
Yeah, I read it. I think you're right. He's in Europe. Yeah, I forget exactly where, but yeah.
But it ends with him saying that he's going, I think, trying to make his way back to America to find his brother Rick.
Yeah, it's a good little read if you find it.
It is, and it's quick read. It's a quick read. It's not very.
Yeah.
But back to this episode, so Glenn was acting like Maggie in this episode.
Oh yeah, that's where I think where Maggie got it from.
Yeah, he was trying to take charge, wasn't he?
Yeah, Merle wasn't buying that shit though. He's like,
but Glenn's cool.
Yep.
I'm cool with Glenn doing
was in
it.
fear of the governor, though, right? I mean, wasn't he trying to fortify the prison because he knew the governor was coming? Yeah.
Well, I mean, him and Maggie, Maggie was rightfully upset and didn't want to deal with anybody at the time. But him and Maggie were really the only ones out of that whole crew that were there that know what he's capable of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I didn't think about that.
I mean, all of them just heard. Like, they just heard and seen some, but they got to experience it firsthand.
Right.
Then we had Lori out there as a ghost, just roaming around.
Yeah.
And then Herschel, I thought it was funny. I never noticed how funny he sounded when he was calling for Rick at the gate. When you see or at the fence, when you see Rick looking around, and he's like, Rick. It's weird. I thought he was at first. I was like, man, is there another ghost he's gonna see? I was like, it's weird. I thought he was gonna see another ghost or something, and it was
I can picture him looking at his leg walking across.
And I was wondering about that. Did they just make Scott Wilson hold his leg up and stand at the right angle? Because if you look at him in the prison, he's always facing the camera. When you see his whole body, he's always facing the camera and might have his head tilted this way or something, but he's always at the same angle.
I'm not sure, but I remember
they just had him lifted up and hide it with his knee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, didn't he wear like a green croc or something?
At one point, yeah. But for distance shots, like, you know what I mean, in the prison. Okay. I doubt they would put that much money into CGIing it out for short shots at a distance. So it looked like I swear it looked like he just had his leg propped up, which that's still pretty cool. It looked legit.
That's probably all he did.
I don't know. If tonight I got thinking how it would have been cool if there was like a character that got bit on one leg, they had to chop it off. Then he ended up, because he was limping, he got bit on the arm, they had to chop it off. And then all he had was torso left.
Wow. He'd be like a vegetable. It's got a decrepit there, Steve.
like Mr. Potato Head.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite thing about this episode, Dawn?
You know what I'm going to say?
Go ahead and say it.
Laura or Andrea?
Yeah, the beginning where the governor comes in to visit and he's still manipulating her while he's saying, you know, she's like, I want to see my people. And he's like, he understands. And then he's also saying, she's like, are you going to hurt them? He's like, no, we're going to leave them alone. And, you know, and she's like, but we need you here. So it's like he's trying to make her feel good and make her feel like a leader, but kind of filling her out the same way, I guess. But it's just still the manipulation of the governor. Mm-hmm. And then he leaves and then goes and attacks Rick.
Yep.
Because
they are bad shots. They are terrible shots. That guy in the guard tower, I mean, somebody should have got him off the rip.
Right.
He lasted way too long.
But it's always like that manipulation going on in the background. The governor for manipulating.
Yeah, he was really good at manipulating people, though. He manipulated the whole town. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you do catch it more when you watch it. You know, this is probably my third time, I would say, probably watching it. But it's been a while since I watched it the second time. You see it more if you've seen it before. You know what I mean? Like, I think at the time we all kind of thought, you know, he might not go after him.
Right. Right. Did you all
also? Oh, go ahead.
Did y'all notice the logo, how it changed and it was kind of crumbling now?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I noticed it's still decaying. I wonder what it's going to look in that last episode. I wonder how it's going to change.
It's bleeding, too. There's like blood coming from it. It's bleeding a little bit.
I'm just not a big fan of opening credits anymore. I want locations.
Me neither. Yeah,
you just skip ahead.
Yeah, it's just not even iconic anymore. I do notice they added Rick in the bridge blowing up in the cartoon kind of phase of it.
Yeah, but they did that before. I think that's always been in there.
Yeah, that was
last season 2. Yes, I know. I guess I don't pay any attention to the opening credits anymore because it's not locations. But no, it took away from a lot from the show, even the last couple seasons to me.
I just didn't understand why they changed it either. It was just like out of the blue, like.
Did it change? Did it change after Carl died? I think after they made the changes from Scott Gimple to this other lady.
It was just like season 8. Season 8.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
8,
yeah,
7 or 8.
I wish they just added new locations on it. I think that'd been so much better.
Right? That's what
like
I'm
the
saying.
windmill. You put a shot of the windmill up there.
It's been awesome. Yeah, especially that one that pans up, like when they first come on that first episode. That was a pretty shot of that windmill.
Yeah, or the shot of the tree with the hanging window piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And
Man,
keep
that's
some of
awesome.
the old school ones too. Keep that Esco feed meal, keep the Away With
Right.
You All, and then add a couple new ones.
Yep.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. What about y'all in the comments?
That's it. We need to get on Twitter. I'm gonna get on Twitter and I'm gonna harass them and be like, for the finale, you need to bring back location shots.
There you
That's
go.
right.
And let
Hashtag
us
new
go.
intro.
Let us go do it. Let us go film them.
And also, this is on YouTube for the Dead True Podcast. And Steven, you let everybody know your YouTube too, because we actually stream the show through yours as well.
Yeah, mine's clip it up with the sweets, but you can put clip it up and it'll come up. But also, if you're watching on my channel, go over and subscribe to Dead Truth Podcast to our channel.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. Get us traffic over there.
And if you
Nice.
are watching from those two YouTube, we're trying to get it where we see everybody's comments on YouTube as well. But I don't think it's coming up. All I see is Facebook. So
Yeah, I only see Facebook.
love y'all too. But
Oh, I see YouTube popping up. It's just a different emblem. It pops up as the YouTube emblem instead of the Facebook.
it does. I ain't
You-
seen
Oh,
it.
you're right. There was
Somebody highlighted it a couple times.
Mr. Mustache is over there.
Yeah,
on
Mr.
YouTube. That's-
Mustache.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Okay,
You're right.
cool. Mr.
Right.
Mustache.
And I just did an interview with him. He's a really cool guy.
Oh,
I put it
cool,
on-
man.
Okay,
I
awesome.
put it on my YouTube and everything.
All right,
Cool.
all right.
But yeah, no, that was a good episode. That's one of my favorites too. You get to see the whole, the whole build up to that showdown with the governor, the eventual showdown with the governor. You know what I mean? This is kind of like the first, not the first strike, because Rick and them made the first strike, but his first strike.
Right.
Yeah, I really wish that we still had a little bit of that season 3, season 2, and season 4 vibe to the show. I think when the money got too high and they had to start limiting them instead of everybody in being the same episode to certain people, I think it took away from it a lot.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, how did you all feel this being the last season premiere?
Oh wow.
I wasn't impressed. I wasn't
didn't
impressed
even-
for the
yeah.
last season
I
premiere.
didn't think
It
about
should have
it that
been
way.
better.
Well,
mean- Sad? Were you like, was it bittersweet?
Oh, no, I'm ready. I think that it needs to end. I think it needs to end before it gets way too far out there.
That's true.
Even further. And before it's, because after a while, they're going to run out of stories to at least kind of follow in the comics. And then they're going to be trying to make up stuff that probably ain't going to be, as good. So I think it needs to come to an end like the comics did. And we also don't want to get ripped off of getting any closure if it were to get canceled one day. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Right. Yeah, I hate when things get canceled mid-season. At least
Well-
they have a chance to go out, the way they want to.
How do you feel about it, Casey?
I mean, as far as being the last season opener, I didn't even think about it that way. So, sorry, Don, I didn't
either.
even think of it that way. And I think I was just more excited to know that we're gonna have 24 episodes. So I'm really excited that we're gonna have more episodes. I just hope it's not drawn out. So yeah, I just think we have a lot to look forward to. I'm really curious where they're gonna cut this off as far as the break over Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious how that's gonna work out.
Well, what I
Well-
tell people is it's the end of the show, but it's like Star Trek fans, Star Wars fans. It's not the end of the fandom. It'll keep going.
Oh
There'll still be conventions. Like I've seen people saying, there weren't going to be more conventions and stuff. And it's like, there'll still be people that come out to these conventions. There'll still even be Walking Dead themed conventions. I mean, for a while.
so.
And this show will be around. It'll come back one day too. It'll come back one day.
right.
You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
in some fashion.
And fear's still going, right? And
Yeah.
then I don't personally watch it, but World Beyond's its second season and I think its final season is coming out. So I might actually watch it if there's no other Walking Dead to watch.
Yeah, I'll end up watching it one day. I
Right.
can't stand it, but I'll end up watching it one day.
Gotcha.
Well, this is my thoughts on the last premiere. I don't know. Y'all can say it with me. This show has been a major part of my life for over 10 years now. Regardless of what I think about it, like it, dislike the episode, whatever, it's simply, it's not about the show to me. It's about y'all, truthfully. It's about the fans. Me and Steven go to work every day ready to meet new fans. It's a simple part of my life. I really enjoy meeting the new fans that come up to see the stuff. And as that took place, and Don actually said it because I didn't think about it either. Kind of breaks my heart a little bit. It does a lot actually.
Mhm.
This is not a show to me. This is my life. It's been my living for a long time.
But see, anything that has an impact like that on people is not going to
Yeah.
die. We'll
Right.
still
Yeah.
be doing these jobs. You know what I
Right.
Yeah.
mean? For a while.
I
But you're
get
right. You're right.
It means a lot, and and to be able to go to Sonoya and see how much it's changed. The Publix alone. Have you been to Publix yet in Sonoya?
I haven't.
Dude, that Publix is really freaking nice, and The Walking Dead built that damn Publix. I don't give
I
a
was
damn.
about to say, I didn't even know they had one.
Yeah, The Walking
Yeah,
Dead
they just
built
built
that
it.
damn Publix.
Oh, wow.
So, as I say this, and I'm gonna say this again and again and again, I love each and every one of y'all.
Mhm.
Y'all are all family to me. I try each and every day to bring people to see some of the stuff I've seen. I can't always take people to see cast members, of course, but like me and Steven both do, we try to bring you as close to The Walking Dead as possible. And as this show ends, just remember we have each other, and y'all can always come by here and yell at me all you want to.
Sweet.
You can yell at me mean if you want to. I don't care. But we're all a family. Yes, that's all I want to say. I love y'all. I started this show to bring everybody closer together and get through COVID. And
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna continue this until y'all don't want it anymore. So, all right. Any last words before we start signing off, guys?
Are we not going to finish talking about episode 2?
We can. It's 10:02.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was talking about.
It's really up to you.
I was talking about y'all talking about episode 2 of the new season.
That's next week. I cannot do that yet.
Next week, we'll talk about episode 2.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But that's an awesome episode. Y'all got AMC Plus. Y'all need to go check that out. Just saying.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Any last closing statements?
Nah, man, I think you said it well. I mean, hey, we're
Yeah.
just 4 fans. I wouldn't know you guys any other way. So, I mean, The Walking Dead has brought us together. So it's pretty amazing. And let's enjoy these episodes and
and really, really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Agree with that.
To have people to share it with,
Mm-hmm.
And don't listen to me nitpicking. I'm just nitpicking to nitpick. I nitpick my favorite things. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Well, that's why we love you, Stephen. You tell the straight up truth, and that's what this is. What Dead Truth Podcast. Some people can't handle it. Okay,
That's why Jimmy named it that. Yep.
I'm trying to say though, I still, I love it. Hell, it took over my life.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
Right.
man. Look, the reason why I named this the Dead Truth Podcast, I want everybody's straight up opinion. If it's shit, tell me it's shit, because we wanted to make it better. Okay.
And it's
All right,
like Monica just said, I wouldn't have met my wife. I wouldn't have had my kid if it wasn't for this show.
There you go.
That's sweet.
There you
That's
go.
sweet.
That's
awesome,
there you
man.
There you go.
Hey,
All right,
my
guys,
wife,
Go ahead.
wife
I'm
and
sorry.
kids never watched it. The only reason why my family got into it is because we started doing the locations and taking all the tours. That's the only reason, because they didn't like zombies, and they were like, oh, that's too scary. But once they got to go to all the different locations, they're like, you know what, we're gonna finally watch this show you keep dragging us to.
That's right. I
And-
almost got
and they-
fired from my job because of Casey.
That's right. And they
Yeah.
fell in love with it because they realize it's not just about zombies. It's about The Walking Dead, the people. It's about the survivors' interactions. Yeah.
The number one thing I hear is you don't even see the zombies after you watch
Right?
it for like a season.
Right.
Nope.
You ain't even worried about no zombie.
Yep. So thank y'all.
All right, guys. I'd like to thank our sponsors once we get all this circled through. All right, The Walking Dead Harrelson, of course, Water Tower Tours, Auto Wraps Plus, The Camp, Abraham's Army, Survive the Night, Zombtography, Walking Dead Fans Are Amazing, and Walking Dead Horror Nation. Also, like to do our Patreons, Miss Dawn, Miss Christy, Mr. Jeff, Miss Linda, and Mr. Casey. And he's our Jerry lookalike on the show.
Woohoo!
All right, guys.
Hey, hold on. Guess who won trivia at Nick and Norman's?
Who?
JT.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did he
That's
really?
awesome.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
Him and I forgot her name. Crap, I'm gonna kick myself after this. But
Oh, man,
yeah,
that's
him
cool.
and another lady, they won trivia.
Cool,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, if y'all, we all love JT. If you're watching JT, man, you're the man.
JT.
Keep up the good work. That is awesome, buddy. I am really proud of you. All right, guys. Till next time. We love you.
Yep.
See you.
Love you guys. See you next
Peace.
week.